Alright guys, welcome back. So I definitely think I do have a stuffed nose. I didn't think I did, but it's definitely I can feel it now, and it's definitely making this a little harder. Not something I normally have to worry about when recording, so I'll have to generally only record when I'm not feeling sick. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it. We wrap up our survey and return to the scramble. Now there's a whiteboard. Did Kamiya take it from the Tokyo building too?
ショップのスマホに SIM カード入れてみたんだけど、全然電波拾えなかったよ。飛んでないみたい。電気が通っていない店の食べ物は相当傷んでいたわね。まだ食べられそうなものはできる限りホテルの冷蔵室に移しておかないと。
他に誰かいたらと思って、いろんなところにスクランブル交差点に集えってメッセージを残してみたんだけど、誰も来てないみたいだね。
Judging by the results, there are no new discoveries made. Apart from Lowe, there was no one else to be found. In terms of facilities, we only managed to confirm what Togoku had already told us. Togoku and I then reported our findings about the area's geography. The mirror wall encircles the area of Shibuya, with a radius of about 1 kilometer's distance from the station. Though we thought our school would make for a good home base. It happens to be outside the encirclement, so we weren't able to get to it.
一見何もわからないようだけど、しかし現状の確認ができたね。みんなお疲れ様。
With that, we adjourn the meeting. On my back... okay, we're really struggling with some of this right now. On my back to the hotel, Togoku calls out to me.
明日から壁を突破しようと思うんだ。それで手伝ってほしいんだけど。
I think somebody mentioned in the comments of one of these videos, like, that there was a section for like half an hour where it just felt like they really had a bad translation. I'm wondering if this is it, or if there's somewhere else and this is just a small area.
あ、もちろん。
I discussed the matter with Kamiya, and we decide to have Togoku and I head out tomorrow. Yeah, it's just Togoku. That's the only person we're allowed to hang out with. Her first proposition, tunneling. In other words, digging underneath the mirror wall and crawling out from there. A nearby park where the wall crosses through has soil in the ground, so we try to dig through with shovels. With the ground as hard as it was, the two of us only managed to dig through 3 meters and gave up. Next, using electric drills to bore a hole through the wall. Using portable generators, we managed to get the drills working, but we didn't even put a scratch on the wall. We tried to use heat to melt it, as well as using acid to try and get the thing to rust, but both to no avail. The futility of our endeavor weighs heavily on me. Even walking is hard. Still...
なあ、東国。なんでお前はそんなに元気なんだよ。
In total contrast to my wrecked, exhausted appearance, she looks like she's floating in clouds.
なんでって、そんなの楽しいからに決まっているじゃないか。科学の道を奉ずる者が実験を楽しまなくてどうするんだよ。
楽しむのは結構だけど、何か壁について分かったか？
もちろんだよ。一連の実験のおかげで素晴らしい情報をつかむことができた。
本当か？
うん。何一つわからないことがわかった。
My disappointment is so immense that my shoulders droop visibly.
なんだよそれ。何も分かってないってことじゃないか。
いやいや、桜井くん。わからないよわかるってのはそれだけで大発見なんだ。自分の無知と世界の未知を見つけ出す。 それこそが科学の醍醐味じゃないか。
未知に湧き立つ東国の気持ちは尊重するよ。けどさ、その発見は脱出の手がかりになるの？
いやー、まあそれについては万策尽きた感があるね。
おい。
あとはもう車で突進して爆発させるとかしかないかもね。
なるほど。え？
それくらいしかないよね。
I mean, it's like a big glass wall, right? That might work.
車で突進って誰が乗るの？
Are they about to say we can't drive? That's illegal.
死ぬ時は一緒だ。
やだ
My desperate struggle is all for nothing and I end up in the car. I've already gone this far. Fine, I'll do it.
じゃあ僕が飛び降りるタイミングを指
Wait,
示するから。
I thought we were joking, right? Look at this absolutely hideous model of an interior of a car. I mean, it is kind of cool, actually, though. Like, the scale here, I actually kind of feel like I'm in a car a little bit. I still get that weird floating feeling, but maybe because I have closer points of reference to me, like the walls and Togoku's head, it does feel kind of like the shape of a car. A very blobby looking car. Jeez. Like, what are textures? Like, I know some of the wall, like the backgrounds have kind of low textures on them, but like a flat wall is kind of okay to have a low texture, not like not something this close to me. How about that? But still, kind of cool. Anyway.
桜井くんを信じてスピードぐんぐん上げるね。
なんでそんな楽しそうなんだよ。
スタントみたいでかっこいいじゃん。危険なほど盛り上がるよ。
僕が何としてでも助けてやるからな。
We headed back to a furniture store by the station to grab a mattress. Did that another time and then designated a place for us to jump off. After that, we went into the basement parking of a nearby condominium to pick out a car. For some reason, Togoku picked a Benz. I guess this is a Benz. It's very blobby. We smashed the windows open and managed to hotwire the car to get the engine running. I assume Togoku knows how to do that. Togoku's in the driver's seat. I'm riding shotgun.
それじゃあ始めよっか。桜井くん、何シートベルトしてるの？
I'm just a torso.
つい癖で。なあ東国、せめてもっと安い車にしないか？何もベンツじゃなくても。
じゃあ行くよ。
This is how we
早
die.
い早い早い心の準備が。3、2、1。
Like, we might actually die from this.
今。
I see dark edges of car up there. Right as I give the signal, Togoku and I leap out of the car and land under the mattress. I screw up and let the momentum carry me too far, skidding against the asphalt, but Togoku looks to be safe. The car maintains its speed as it smashes straight into the wall, sending a thunderous roar.
爆発するよ。離れ
So I'm gonna be honest.
て。やったか。
Nice mattress. I'm gonna be honest, there are far smarter ways we could have done this. Like, I don't know, maybe gone way back there and then, like, somehow tied it, put a brick on the accelerator or something. I don't know, we could have figured something out, right? Anyway, don't jinx it. Or so I'm about to retort to Togoku, who is visibly delighted. Was it always like this? She'd come up with the craziest ideas and have the most fun actually putting them in action. That's Yuria Togoku. But it feels like I haven't seen that expression of hers in forever. I start to chuckle.
懐かしいな。なんか
Back when we used to steal cars and run them into walls.
何がさ。
こんな生き生きした東国を見たのは久しぶりだよ。
そうだね。なんだか久しぶりに何も考えずに遊んだ気がする。小学生以来かな。
何も考えずに犠牲になったベンツ、どうすんだよ。
元の世界に戻ったら考える。
As we're talking, the smoke finally clears. The wall is still standing.
割れてはないか。
We just sit there for about an hour, watching the car in flames. After the fires die down, we approach the wall to take a closer look. Oh yeah, I was about to say, imagine nothing happened. It's still in perfect condition without so much as a crack on it. Alright, so that didn't work. Kamiya compiles everyone's reports and we call it for the day. It's just as I'm heading back to the hotel that Togoku talks to me.
物理的な破壊は無理だね。
難しそうだな。
それに抜け道探しも難しい。実は今日町工事くんに地下鉄の線路をたどってもらったんだけど、その進路も壁に阻まれていたらしいんだ。空もダメ、地下もダメじゃ打つ手がないよ。
Busting the wall open is impossible, and there's no ways around it either. Maybe there really is no way to get past it.
壁を突破するなんて大口を叩いておいてこのざまか。まったく不出来な自分の頭が嫌にもなるよ。
不出来なんてそんな。ちょっと失敗したくらいで落ち込まないでくれ。東国は天才だよ。
だから僕は天才なんかじゃないってば。本物と比べられたら僕なんて住人並みの盆栽が関の山ってところだよ。
それはとても信じられないな。国から表彰されるような人より頭のいい人がそんなにいたら困るだろ。
いるんだって。例えば僕の妹とか。
We gotta learn backstory about the sister now.
妹さん？確かに妹さんも天才として有名だったな。けど東国だって。
いや、世間は僕らのことを天才姉妹なんて雑にくくっているけど、真の天才は妹だけだ。何せ僕が国内で表彰されてる間、妹ジュリーは世界で表彰されていたんだから。天才と盆栽の間には越えられない壁があるんだ。うちの一族で天才に値するのは妹と、それから父くらいじゃないかな。ジュリーと父は家でもよく楽しそうに互いの研究分野について語り合ってるよ。天才同士通じ合うものがあるんだろうね。けど天才たちの王国への入場パスを僕は持っていないんだ。越えることのできない境界線がそこには厳然と存在しているんだよ。
To someone like me, Togoku may be nothing but a genius. But within her family, Yuria Togoku might not exactly be one. That's because her points of comparison are her sister, who's recognized worldwide, and her father, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Her father had given a talk at our school once, in middle school. I remember speaking with him. About what exactly I forget, but I clearly remember being awed at just how different the weight of his words was. Now I'm at a loss, unsure of how to reply. How do I respond to the sort of isolation that only a genius would understand?
そうか、そうだよ。盆栽の僕じゃ無理ならジュリーの力を借りればいいんだ。天才の頭脳にかかればこの状況だってきっと打破できるはず。こんなに簡単なことだったんだ。意地を張っていたせいで目が曇っていたらしい。
妹さんの力を借りる？でもどうするんだ？妹さんはここにいないのに。
ジュリーがいなくてもジュリーの論文ならあるはずだ。前にも言ったろ、ジュリーはバラシハ事件に興味を抱いていたって。読めばきっとこの世界の仕組みを解き明かす鍵となる。
その論文はどこにあるんだ？
明日家に行って探してみるよ。
見つからないな。
Okay, looks pretty average. I like that couch that's a little uncomfortably close to the television. We've been looking here and there for about 2 hours now. Togoku's house is a huge place. A condominium with 5 rooms, living, dining, and kitchen spaces. They have a physics newspaper or magazine over there. A place this spacious in Shibuya, I'm sure, costs a lot of money. How much exactly? My curiosity begged me to ask the question, but I decided to keep quiet. We, of course, looked through her sister's room as well as her own room, and her father's study, practically turning every room upside down in our search, to no avail. After deciding to check her sister's room again, we ended up returning to her father's study.
ある場所わかったよ。
本当か？
Despite her announcement, she doesn't look all that excited. Seems really sinister in this study room. Following her lead, we ended up back in her father's study, standing before a small safe.
この中か。
未発表の論文は父がまとめてこの中に入れてるんだ。
どうして金庫に？
父は失いたくないものは全部金庫に入れるんだよ。火事になっても残るように。父の宝物が全部入っていると言ってた。
So I was wondering why the game suddenly looked like worse. And I pulled up some information in the headset. It's like it's running at a really low frame rate. I don't know, hopefully that's not happening to you guys. But like, I think it's just the game. I don't think it's like, you know, anything wrong with, I mean, maybe it's because I'm recording at the same time, but all of my system resources aren't really being taxed very hard. I think it's just the game doesn't run that well. Because all my other VR games seem to run a lot better. Which is unfortunate, but at least it makes me feel like better that it's not my fault. Though I don't know how to fix it. Maybe you guys don't even notice anything, in which case I guess that's the best case scenario I could have here. Anyway.
この金庫、暗証番号みたいだけど、開けられるの？
いや、番号は父と妹しか知らない。
I'm sure that safe will be important. We'll come back to it later then.
そうなのか。あ、でも4桁か。それなら最初から試していけば開くんじゃない？
3回失敗するとセキュリティ会社の人が来るまでパスワードを再入力できなくなるんだ。
Why don't we run a car into this? I bet that would work.
それはまずい。けど、この世界は電気が通ってないんだろ？それなら通報そもそも動かないんじゃないのか？
それが動くんだ。
どういうことなんだろう。ディスプレイといい。
Which means that because there's no one from that security company around, if we screw up with the password 3 times, then this safe's never getting opened.
それこそ破壊できないかな。
Exactly, there we go.
無理だよ。これ父が昔から愛用してる最高グレードの金庫だし。
番号の心当たりは？
Togoku sighs, shaking her head side to side. Physically breaking through the wall can't be done. There's no ways around it. We're just about out of options here. Our last ray of hope, her sister's papers, are out of reach. Breaking out of this place is proving more and more difficult.
どうするんだ？
こうなったらもう正攻法で行くしかないね。
The direct approach. In other words, finding the culprit among us. Oh, that sounds like a good game. They should make a
もう
game
少しだけ待てないか？
called Finding the Culprit Among Us. Or, something along those lines. I don't want to start breeding suspicion among ourselves. Oh, there it is, among. Yeah, anyway. We all need to be working together here.
それがこの世界のルールなんだよ。僕がやろうとしてたのはこの世界を破壊すること。でもそれができなかったら従うしかないよ。決して本意ではないけれど、僕は一刻でも早く現実世界に戻りたいんだ。自分の価値と居場所を失わないためにもね。
まだ調査は始まったばかりだろ。そんなに焦る必要なんて。
いや、僕は1秒だって無駄にはしたくないんだ。1秒努力を怠れば、その分天才たちの背中は遠ざかる。
Togoku's really got some demons in her life that's bothering her, doesn't she?
これ以上話されたらきっと父の視界に映りすらしなくなる。今ほんのわずかだけ与えられている居場所すら僕はなくしてしまうんだ。
This place that Togoku refers to doesn't mean her own room or a place in her house. Rather, a space for her within her father's heart. Togoku wants him not only to look at her sister, but at herself as well. A number of memories resurface. When Togoku won a national prize, it was all over the media. After that, she was interviewed on TV. When a reporter asked, "I'd also like to ask about your parents," Togoku's expression clearly clouded over. Her parents were not there with her. Likely because they'd gone to her sister's own ceremony instead. Not to Togoku's, but her more capable little sister's. Her fervor is causing her to push herself. And in the meantime, still try to protect all 8 of us. I can't just have her look for the culprit.
頼む。もう少しだけ時間をくれ。まだ見落としがあるかもしれない。試してない手段が見つかるかもしれない。みんなで力を合わせて考えれば、きっと何か。
ダメだ。時間が惜しい。
東国は平気なのか？8人の関係が壊れて、いがみ合いが始まっても。
平気なわけないじゃないか。正直、君たちと過ごす時間は楽しかったからね。みんなが一緒にいて、なんか長いことこういうのを望んでた気がするよ。
それなら。
それでもダメだよ。ここは切らなきゃいけない。先延ばしにしたって、どうせいつかは向かい合わなきゃいけないんだ。できるだけ早い方がいい。
Once Togoku switches tracks to try and find the culprit, I'm sure she will in no time at all. And of course, the pleasant atmosphere that we've had this whole time will break down. I desperately rack my brain trying to figure out a logical reason to convince her from doing that.
僕らに犯人探しをさせて、バラバラにするのがこの世界の狙いかもしれない。やはり、安易に仲違いを促すべきじゃない。
世界が僕らに仲違いを望んでいるなら、僕はそれに乗るよ。ゲームクリアに近づけるのなら、絆の崩壊すらも厭わない。実は、誰が原因かは、もううすうす分かってるんだ。
I can't think of any other way to get her to stop here. If that's the case, then I just have to face her intentions head on with my own.
どうしてかわからないけど、でも、どうしても、失いたくないんだ。東国が脱出を急いでいるのもわかる。君が、家族の中の自分の居場所を必死で守ろうとしてるのだって、 気持ちは想像できるよ。
The instant Togoku hears the word family, her entire body twitches in response.
東国がやろうとしていることは、自分のもう一つの居場所を壊すことでもあるんだよ。
もう一つの居場所？
そうだ。僕らは常に東国を求めてる。君がいなくなると、どうにも成り立たなくなると思うんだ。君は居場所を求めてるようだけど、もう、ここにあるんだよ。
After giving her my little spiel, Togoku stays quiet for a while, then gathers her resolve to continue speaking.
僕が欲しいのは、君たちの中での居場所じゃないんだ。
I continue to ponder about Togoku without returning to my room, before I realize it's already night. Guess we're just out here by ourselves. Oh, I was gonna say the moon's kind of cool, but then it's well, it's a little bit of a JPEG. Let's just say that. The whole sky is really, to be honest. Jeez. I guess it's not too bad for like a background on something that you're not really supposed to just look up and stare at, but it is a VR game after all. As I stare out into Shibuya, my thoughts continue to swirl about, but I just can't think of what to say to Togoku that can convince her.
どうしたらいいんだ?
At this rate, Togoku will start on her witch hunt for the culprit. Everyone's going to start suspecting each other, and we won't be able to go back to how we were before. I had a strong gut feeling that that would happen. What Togoku wants is not a place with all 8 of us, but to succeed in the realm of physics and to find acceptance within her family of geniuses. Now that she's already resolved herself, she won't let anyone stop her. She'll likely pursue anyone and everyone to no end without mercy. Just as those thoughts run through my mind, I hear footsteps. It's already late at night. Who could it be? Mosh mosh.
二階堂。待って、二階堂。どうして逃げるんだ？この世界に来てから僕のこと避けてるよな。
別に。
じゃあ、少しだけ話さないか？
She ignores me and tries to walk away again. I'm not really sure what to say. Then I recall something.
二階堂って東国と仲良かったよな。
それがどうしたというの？
Finally, she turns around and I get an actual response. What I recall is something particularly important. Yes, Nikaido and Togoku were very close. Back then, I would often see Togoku one-sidedly talking about all sorts of difficult topics, and Nikaido would happily listen to her. Whether I'd actually get a proper answer from her or just get ignored, I don't know. But I have no other hand to play, so I have to count on Nikaido.
東国が本格的に犯人探しを始めるみたいだ。東国は一刻も早く、僕だって、この世界から早く出たい。でも、みんながお互いを疑い合うような、そんなことは絶対に嫌なんだ。昔みたいに、みんなといられる今この瞬間がとても尊くて、大切にしたいんだ。なあ、二階堂、どうすればいいと思う？どうすれば、東国は思いとどまってくれると思う？
東国さんは、具体的には何て言ってるの？
自分が求めているのは、僕たち8人の中での居場所ではないって。
そう。東国さんが、論理的に私たちの切り捨てを最善解だと判断したなら、それを覆すことはできないわ。
確かにそうだ。けど、これに関しては多分論理とかじゃない気がするんだ。東国は意地になってる。他の道が見えてない。 今、自分が進んでいる道が、東国自身をも不幸にする道だって気づいていない。止めないと。
東国さんが不幸になるからといって、それがあなたと関係あるの？
あるよ。ないわけがない。
どうして？
どうしてって。
At that moment, I noticed the emotion that I'd long forgotten suddenly takes root in my heart once again. I suppose it's called a sense of responsibility or duty. I continue to talk to try and draw those feelings out even further.
僕は確かに、自分のことすらちゃんとできないような頼りない人間だけど、だからって、自分のことだけを考えたりはできない。全員を導いていきたい。みんなに対する責任を手放したくないんだ。僕にはみんなを導く義務がある。そう思っていたいんだ。
The moment I shout that, a voice rings in my ears.
ヒーローみたいだね。
Whose voice was that, I wonder? Who was it exactly? I can't remember. But I think I took on the part of a leader to live up to whoever owned that voice. Just remembering that is enough for me.
そう。あなたは本当に昔のあなただったのね。
あ、ごめん二階堂。急に大きな声を出したりして。
お父さんにぬいぐるみを買ってもらったんだ。
え？
東国さんが昔そう言ってたの。物理を頑張ったらお父さんが褒めてくれて、ぬいぐるみを買ってくれるって話を嬉しそうによくしていたわ。
Once she tells me that, memories resurface vividly and clearly. Okay, so we are in the middle of, a conversation here, obviously, but we're at about an hour, and I think I'm going to stop. Like I said, trying to do VR with a stuffy nose is in itself a little difficult, and talking on top of that is really difficult. It takes a lot more effort, and I can tell I'm not quite speaking quite right. It's a lot easier to mask and, work through when you're doing regular recording, but when you have something kind of pushing on your nose, it just makes it that much harder. So I'll stop off here for today. I really do think that it's something with this game. Yeah, because right now I've got the little Steam visual thing open to try to tell me the kind of frame rate I'm getting right now, and it's getting me this really low frame rate. And I think it's either something to do with the fact that I'm recording, which it could be, or it is just that the game is that unoptimized. Because it's not using that much computing power. I don't know. I'm enjoying the concept so far, and some of the stuff's really cool, but this low frame rate does give me a little bit of a headache. Anyway, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll come back here next time and continue. Hopefully next time I'll be a little bit less sick. You can kind of see it in some of the menu movement here, I bet. The slowness. Or maybe you can't, to be perfectly honest. It might be... No, it does look a little bit slow. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time for some more Tokyo Chronos. Bye!